and Gibby. The Frangie Show starts now on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, thanks for stopping by. Glad you're along for the ride with Hayes Carline, Lauren Brooks, and Andrew Gibson. I'm Frank Frangie on this Tuesday installment. Always brought to you by our friends at the Nimnick family of dealerships. Nimnick Chevrolet and Nimnick Buick GMC. Loved your tweet, Carline. It sucks that you got to wait 5 more days.
I'm bummed out.
That was a great tweet.
Thank you.
That was one I wish I had tweeted. You got 5 more. But I get it. I want to watch him play right now, too.
And I don't know that we've ever had this recently with the Jaguars. I maybe Jalen. I think Jalen maybe in his first couple of years you were always excited to see what would be the next thing. But this is so much different because this is a player who, has the ball in his hand on every single snap that he plays. So to me, Gardner Minshew has become that player that you're sitting here on a Tuesday and you're like, man, I got to wait 5 more days until I get to watch the next chapter of this. It's just so much fun right now.
Absolutely. It's beyond really the mania part of it. That was fun, but now it's really this is a really good quarterback, and what is he going to do next? When Frank and I got our soda pops earlier, our diet beverages, you know who we saw at the gas station? One DJ Chark.
Shark Attack.
All right.
So I think we have discovered how to also be really good wide receivers, and that is to go to the gate.
That's exactly. There's an endorsement deal in there. I can see it.
He was doing community stuff today.
He was.
Habitat for Humanity, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, he's a good dude. But it got me thinking. We got a lot of topics today we're going to get to. I'm going to get to Baker Mayfield. He's in the news for not all the great reasons, but we'll talk about that. Talk about the great young quarterbacks today. I am going to get to the topic. Gibby just read it in the news. What does Felipe Franks do? What's in his best interest? Now, he said he's going to wait till he's healthy to make that decision, or closer to healthy when the season ends. We'll talk about that. We'll certainly talk Gators and LSU, FSU, Clemson, big games. And I want to get into what do we think of Teddy Bridgewater, who's bringing in the Saints here, who, again, in all likelihood is going to be the quarterback when they come in here. So a lot of fun things to get to. But you got me thinking, though, Hayes, and, of course, the college guys come up later on as well. But you got me thinking on that topic. How big a star can he be? Not how good a player, that we've had that conversation, but as far as the star value, the biggest problem, in my opinion, that Jaguars have had, they've done so many good things in these 25 years. They've had some storybook seasons. Guys, they've been to the AFC Championship game 3 times. They've which is 1 game from the Super Bowl. They haven't been to the Super Bowl, but they've been really close 3 different times. They've had some good early run under Coughlin, starting with that magical 95 season, or 96 season, rather. That was a good stretch at the end of the 90s. The Jack Del Rio stretch, they had really good defenses in 07, 08, that little stretch there. 2 years ago was a magical season. There have been some good times, been some great players. But they haven't had enough stars. For 25 years in, this team has not had stars. Had some. That early group, Fred Taylor was an absolute star. Baselli was to have been an offensive lineman who's never going to catch a pass, never going to run the football, never going to throw a pass, never going to sack anybody, never going to pick off a pass, to be a guy who plays a position where you will never touch the football. He's really a star. Now, part of that's Tony's presence in Jacksonville after he played. That's a big – if Tony had gone to the Texans, played there, and he was hurt so he couldn't play there, but if he'd gone and played there and had 2 or 3 good years and then settled in Houston rather than coming back here, I don't know how big a star he would be here. He'd still be the best player in franchise history, probably have a better chance. He'd probably be in Canton by now because he'd have 2 or 3 more. Yeah, he's a great player. But I don't know that his star value would be what it's been because he's come back here and been a big personality here. But he has been a big star. Fred Taylor's an absolute star, a wonderful player. Maurice Jones-Drew's a star. Mark Brunell and Jimmy Smith are stars. But there haven't been a lot, have there? There haven't been a lot of real stars on this franchise.
There haven't. And this kid is I think, in a position where, as good as he is on the field, there's some players that are bigger stars than maybe what even their numbers would allow. The only thing I can sort of think of is I've always heard that Namath didn't necessarily have great numbers. And correct me if I'm wrong on this, but that Namath had the guarantee, and that made him a legend. But the sizzle of Joe Namath sort of made him a bigger star than maybe what his numbers on the field would dictate he should have been?
200% correct. 200% correct. That's the best example you'll ever have of that. He was a really good player, but because of the knee injuries and he was in the AFL, he didn't have near the numbers some of the quarterbacks had, the sizzle. Continue, but you're dead on.
Yeah, so I think Gardner, and he may end up having great numbers, But I think even if he has good numbers, if he has, let's say his career is he's consistently somewhere between 7 and 13 in the NFL in terms of starting quarterbacks, I think his star will be bigger because of his backstory, because of his personality, because of his sense of humor, his timing, everything wrapped up in it. I think will make Gardner Minshew, give him a chance at least to be one of the faces of the NFL.
And no offense to Nick Foles, but Nick Foles was never, no matter how good he was on the field, he was never going to achieve that level of stardom.
By his own admission.
Absolutely.
That's not who he is. That's not.
Right.
I can still remember when we had Merrill Reese on, the play-by-play voice of the Eagles. Gibby set it up for us the day Foles signed. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. And I asked him, what's he like? Is he funny? And he goes, he's not funny. He doesn't try to be funny. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. I asked him, I said, is he funny? He said, no, he's not funny. He's just a regular guy.
They were setting up a full bar in front of us. I very vividly remember
right,
those
they
words
were.
and also looking at all of the alcohol that we couldn't have.
I remember both as well. So, but to that end, if a quarterback is going to maintain star value, you got to win. You can't the Gardner Minshew calling Gary Smith's Terry joke isn't as funny if you lose 5 in a row. It's not funny anymore. It's not people aren't going to say that's funny, Gardner, but don't be afraid to win a game. You know that you don't want that. And I think he's smart enough to understand the timing of that. So you got to win games for the star value to be there. But I just think there haven't been a lot of stars on the franchise. Good players, but not stars.
And that's why this whole Jalen Ramsey drama has been so polarizing in the fan base. Is he is a legit star here in Jacksonville, and his personality. Obviously not the same as Gardner Minshew's, but his big personality certainly captured the nation in good ways and in bad. And then him wanting to leave now obviously changes all of that.
That's one of the sad things about Jalen not wanting to be on the team anymore, because he could be a legitimate Jacksonville star that could own this city. He really could, because for the same reason, we haven't had a lot of them. That's what makes me kind of sad about it. That, again, the more I think about this, I went back and listened to our show yesterday, and we talked a lot about him. And I don't think he spends much more time as a Jaguar. I do think there's a chance they don't trade him this year, because Shad has made his point on this. I don't think he's playing this way. I don't know, but we'll find out tomorrow if he's going to practice. But you don't get any indication that he's practicing and playing this week. I don't know the extent of the back injury. I know I would feel better about the back injury if somebody medically said this is what it is. Okay, we looked at the MRI and the X-ray, and he's got an impingement of the S4L5, and he's got this, and it's a tweak of this and a tweak of that, and it's this osteosis and this. I'd feel better if that was the case, wouldn't you?
Yes.
I think, Lauren, you made a good point yesterday when we were talking about it. The reason people are down on him is people don't believe he's hurt. Now, that's probably not fair, because we really don't. You never know if a pro football player is hurt. I always give a pro football player the benefit of the doubt. It's a tough, barbaric game they play, and if they say they're hurt, I believe they're hurt. But your point was more to the point. Not everybody feels that way.
No, and I think he's given us indications on why we shouldn't feel that way if that's the camp you're in, and how he reacted on the sidelines during that Ronnie Harrison pick. The fact that he's flying to Los Angeles one day, then he's flying to Houston to see a specialist, but then hanging out in a club. If your back is seriously that hurt, you're not just relaxing like that, I would think, with lots of other people around.
To your point is, we actually don't know, but what you're saying is the deduction people are making is what you just said.
Correct, right. The evidence he's giving us.
People are saying if you're jumping around on the sideline, high-fiving Trey Herndon, high-fiving Ronnie Harrison, flying to Los Angeles, flying to Houston, going out, walking about, is this everything's normal? The perception people get, fair or not, the perception people make of that is you're not really hurt. Now, that might not be true, but I think it's a good point. There's people around that don't think he's hurt. Whether he is or not, that's kind of the perception out there.
It made me think of the Seinfeld episode where George makes up an elbow injury because he elbows Jerry when Lloyd Braun says something that he finds like incredibly stupid. And Lloyd Braun catches him nudging Jerry, and he says, "Something wrong with your elbow?" And George makes up that he's had this involuntary spasm. So he goes to he takes it so far
goes to the doctor
because George's parents end up finding out about it from Lloyd Braun. So he gets him a specialist with the mayor's doctor, and he goes and sees him, and the doctor basically confronts him over faking. It's glorious. And anyway, so I'm not suggesting that's what Jalen's doing. I'm just wondering if maybe that's how the appointment with the specialist went.
Let's start with the Jaguars, and we'll talk about the opponent today, a little bit about Teddy Bridgewater and the Saints. That's how we'll kick off the program. Florida and FSU talk coming up. Big week for both those teams. I'll say it again, 40-point underdogs. They're 40-point underdogs together. That can't have ever happened, can it? In the history of the betting line, could it have ever happened?
I don't think, because I think when Florida has been, it would have never happened in the 80s or 90s.
Right.
Because Florida State was too good.
Even the 70s, when Florida was never bad enough that I can remember to ever be a 25-point dog.
Right.
And FSU actually had some pretty good teams in the 70s.
The only thing I could think of is if there was a moment between in Bowden's last couple years and maybe the first couple of years of Muschamp. And I'm not sure. What do you got?
Well, going back to the last largest point spread in FSU history, 2009 against Florida was 25.5.
Against Florida.
But that's against Florida.
Yeah,
so that's
Florida.
what we're running up against.
Interesting. And so that
would be a net zero.
That's a good call, though, Gibby.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought Florida State had one of those that big. So there you go. So, all right, we'll talk about that. But let's start with the Jaguars and the Saints. That's our topic after this on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Dolphins welcome the Eagles to Morehead State in the DB Milne Field this Saturday for Military Appreciation Day. This is JU head football coach Ian Shields. All active and retired military and their families get in for free. The game can also be heard right here on 1010XL. Kickoff at 1 p.m.
Brought to you by BSN Sports.
Folks, if you want a bank you really can trust, you want Center State Bank. With 7 locations here on the First Coast, you can trust Center State Bank. Boy, they're good at it. They're good bankers, commercial bankers. They pride themselves in being Florida's business bank because they know how hard it is to start a business, to maintain a business. They're good at it. But they also can be your personal bank. They are for me in both realms. I trust my friends at Center State Bank. I trust them. I can't think of a better thing to say about someone handling your money than I trust them. Center State Bank, Florida's business bank.
Hacker here for Blue Chew and BlueChew.com. Gentlemen, have you lost confidence when it comes to the bedroom? Well, it can happen to the best of us, right? Well, let me fill you in on something that will get your confidence back, and that's Blue Chew. What is Blue Chew? Well, Blue Chew is the first chewable performance enhancement for the bedroom. And the great thing about chewables, they can work up to twice as fast than regular pills. Guys, at BlueChew.com, your online physician consult is absolutely free. It only takes a few minutes to connect with a BlueChew.com affiliated physician. And if you qualify, you get prescribed online quickly. One of the best parts, no trips to the doctor or the pharmacy. That's because Blue Chew is sent directly to your front door in discreet packaging. Gentlemen, go to BlueChew.com, enter promo code JAX. That's JAX. When you do that, your first order of Blue Chew is free with only $5 shipping. Trust me, gentlemen. Go to BlueChew.com, enter promo code JAX, that's JAX, and get your confidence back. And get it back with Blue Chew.
They say time is money, and at Claude Nolan Cadillac, they respect your time and strive to make your every visit a pleasure. Serving Jacksonville for over 114 years, Claude Nolan Cadillac owners come back again and again because you're more than a customer, you're part of the family. And now lease a 2019 luxury model XT5 for $445 a month for 39 months. Visit Claude Nolan on Southside Boulevard or at ClaudeNolanCadillac.com. Beginning lasting relationships since 1905. See dealer for details.
Your local Cat dealer, Ring Power, has the equipment you need when you need it, daily, weekly, or monthly. Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done. Call Ring Power at 904-295-1062 or visit catrentalstore.com. That's Ring Power at 904-295-1062 or catrentalstore.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters after every big storm? A-Plus Gutters says no more. With their leaf and gutter protection, you'll never have to clean out those gutters again. A-Plus offers a 10-year workmanship warranty for any job, big or small. Call A-Plus Gutters, 924-5650.
Gentlemen, discover the new medical treatment that Viagra doesn't want you to know about. I'm Bradley I with Synergenics Elite Health, and we offer GainsWave. It's a simple 20-minute in-office procedure. GainsWave is non-invasive. and it restores the poor blood flow that causes ED. Stop popping pills and scheduling intimacy. Call 904-500-5500. Consultations are free. Mention this radio station for $150 off your first treatment. Call Synergenics Elite Health at 904-500-5500 to learn about the Gainswave ED treatment today.
You mind if we play a little card?
Play your cards right.
Let's play cards.
I'll see your bet, and I'll call it.
The Best Bet Poker Show, Wednesday nights at 6 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Flame Broiler's $5 happy hour will keep your wallet and waistline healthy. From 2 to 5 p.m. weekdays and all day Saturday and Sunday, enjoy your choice of all-natural chicken, Angus beef, or organic tofu with veggies served on steamed rice. Try one of our 4 Jacksonville locations today. Simply healthy. Flame Broiler.
Here's a quick tip from your fast file bankruptcy expert, Don Dufresne with the law offices of Parker & Dufresne. Did you know the U.S. Bankruptcy Court has a new program to help borrowers navigate student loan repayments and possibly reduce thousands in interest? If you have student loan debt and are considering bankruptcy, contact the law offices of Parker & Dufresne. For more quick tips, visit jackslawcenter.com. Relief, restore, renew. Offices Jacksonville.
Got a clogged drain or a problem with your sewer? Dial 6951901. Don't tell me, let me guess, call Metro Rooter. Dial 6951901 or MetroRooter.com.
Nobody likes to have plumbing problems at their home or business, but if you do, call Metro Rooter. We provide fast same-day service with the right parts and equipment on hand to get you up and running. For all your plumbing and septic tank needs, call the best. Just pick up the phone and dial
6951901 or MetroRooter.com.
Looking for a place where you can grow your skills for a more fulfilling career? A place that can take you further with advanced industry training that can be completed in a year or less? If so, FSCJ is the place for you. FSCJ offers flexible classes that work with any schedule, with many online accelerated options to choose from. Our programs are tailored to meet high-demand workforce needs, ensuring you are prepared for success. Let FSCJ help you get to the next level. Visit fscj.edu to get started today.
Convenience stores are there for a reason, to be convenient. And when you're in a hurry to get to the party, drop into your local Dailies and pick up a cold case of Bud Light. Priced right and always cold. Bud Light in the cooler at your local Dailies convenience store. Remember, always drink responsibly.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnick Tuesday. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
This weekend, the Jags try and get to 3-3. A lot of talk about the Jaguars quarterback. Not as much about the quarterback the Saints in all likelihood are going to be playing in the game. Yet, dude's pretty good. The numbers for Teddy Bridgewater, by the way, if you don't know the story, from Miami, recruited by Charlie Strong to go to Louisville, was looked at as too small, too frail. I've told the story many times. A scout told me to stay away from him at one point. He thought people would stay away from him. Turned out to be a very good player.
Didn't Gino Toretta say he has very small hands and that was going to be a problem too?
I don't know if Gino, I was with Gino.
Okay.
When a scout told us that he's worried about his wrist, ankles.
Got
it. Yeah, so I don't, and I think that was the concern. And Gino was with me when we heard that because I'm not in that setting very often. Gino is more often than I am. So you know the story by now. He comes into the league, plays for the Vikings, has the awful knee injury, winds up as a backup on the Saints. This offseason, Hayes really had an opportunity to go be the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins in his hometown, and for them to, and they would have been willing to build around him. So all the conversation, build they were over Ryan Tannehill even then. I think they were willing to rebuild the Miami Dolphins around Teddy Bridgewater in his hometown, which you would have thought is a very enticing deal. He didn't want to do it. He wanted to stay with the Saints, remain the backup to Drew Brees. Hopefully be the heir apparent. I'm sure what he's thinking, right? He's thinking that Brees can't have a whole lot of time left. He's 26 years old. He's got a lot of time. Bridgewater does have a lot of time left. Made what turned out to be the perfect decision because he wound up staying, and he's played very well now for the Saints. So as they come to town against the Jaguars defense, how will he play and how good a player is he?
I think he's a mediocre player in the NFL. He does have a great story. The fact that he's come back from that knee injury, which was described as something you'd see in a car accident, it was like a displacement. It was unbelievable. Is incredibly courageous on his part, and I think the fact that he wanted to stay with Sean Payton tells you a lot about Teddy Bridgewater's intelligence. I remember. This is somebody who really loves football. I remember being at the Combine when it was Bridgewater's year because he was in the same draft as Blake, and Bridgewater telling people in his media sessions that he can't get away from football. Like even on Madden, he's like, as he's playing Madden, he's taking like mental reps, and it's like one of those things that I've never been able to get out of my head because it's like, dude, it's just a video game. I'm not sure how much that's helping you, but it just spoke to the level of, there's some guys that just can't get it off their mind, and I think that I took it as a kind of a funny anecdote that he said, and something that showed that I think he does have a real desire. I thought it showed at Louisville. He's tough. John Bostic lit him up in the Superdome that night right out of the gate. I was there covering it. I thought Florida was going to romp them. Florida had a great defense. Bostic lays him out. He got flagged for it. Probably would have gotten ejected now. You're thinking, oh, the message has been sent. Teddy Bridgewater is going to be in a shell for the rest of this game. I think he completed his next 14 passes. And you looked up, and Louisville had buried the Gators in New Orleans. He is a great story. And his passer rating right now is higher than Drew Brees'. Brees only threw 48 passes before the thumb injury. But Teddy Bridgewater's at 99.5, Brees 94.8. So that obviously speaks to how efficient Teddy Bridgewater is playing. But I don't get the sense that this is anything more than a mediocre quarterback in the NFL. So it is, to me, a huge advantage that Drew Brees is probably not going to play Sunday. And I'd be shocked. We'll hear probably more tomorrow, but I would be surprised if he's not ruled out pretty quick this week. So I think it's a huge advantage that you have to take advantage of. You have to make Teddy Bridgewater, he's not going to beat you over the top a lot. So you have to, try and throw him off his game as much as you can. But I think they have a much better chance of doing that against Bridgewater than they do against Brees. So I respect Bridgewater's game, but to me it's a huge edge for the Jaguars that they're getting Bridgewater, and the fact that they now have a few games of film. The fact that I think the Saints are due for a clunker, I think that all sets up well for the Jaguar defense to look pretty good on Sunday.
Yeah, the game I think is nerve-wracking because you're not getting the Saints at a great time necessarily. Besides, put Brees to the side. Bridgewater just had his best game, and the Saints obviously offensively have a ton of weapons. But defensively, Marcus Davenport's playing at an extremely high level. So you've now got both sides of the ball playing well. The only thing I think I can say as far as the Saints looking ahead, they've got the Bears a week after the Jaguars. But I don't think in the NFL really anybody looks up and kind of looks ahead, so I don't really believe in trap games in the NFL. But I think Bridgewater is I'm going to agree with you, Hayes. I think he's an average quarterback, but he's surrounded by so many good people that elevates him, not him elevating them.
I think he's a better than average quarterback, and I think his star is going to continue to shine. He is very much like the two we just watched. He's very much like Kyle Allen and Gardner Minshew, in that he's not super tall and he doesn't have a super big arm, but he's smart as heck. The field spreads for the field opens up for him. And just like with Gardner and just like with Kyle Allen, these 6'2", 210-pound guys with good, not great arms, but are super smart and super savvy, are all the rage. And that's why I think his star is going to continue. That's why he's going to get better. That's why I think he's going to get paid in the offseason. I think for that reason, I said this about Minshew and Kyle Allen yesterday. 20 years ago, it's not the case. Now it is. Smart. I mean, Bridgewater's really smart. Kyle Allen's really smart. Gardner Minshew's really smart. They're kind of all the same guy. If you think about it, they're about the same size. Neither one of them are 6'5", 240. They're going to throw it through a brick wall like you had to be back in the day, right? So there's a lot of similarities between Bridgewater and the guy who's playing for Jacksonville and Bridgewater and the guy Jacksonville just played.
I don't think Kyle Allen wins that football game without Christian McCaffrey. The dangerous part is Teddy Bridgewater also can win a football game without necessarily him being the reason to win.
Yeah, I agree with that, but Kyle Allen was pretty good last week. Didn't you think?
I mean,
I thought he was pretty good. He
didn't hurt him.
Yeah,
he got lucky. That one ball bounced right back to him.
Yeah.
Although, was there a flag on that? I can't remember.
I don't
But I know he fumbled like we
Yeah.
all knew he
But
would.
but he was-
and the ball bounced right back to him.
Yeah, again, no one's putting him in the Hall of Fame. I thought he was pretty good. I think Bridgewater will be pretty good here. I think he has a great story, Hayes. That was just an awful injury. And many thought his career was over, that he would have drop leg, he wouldn't even walk normally. That's how bad the knee injury was. The coaches were crying, literally tearing up. And he's come back from all of it, which is a really neat story. So now I hope he gets sacked 8 times on Sunday, but he's a good story. This is a hard game. I sense a lot of people picking Jacksonville to win it. I think Jacksonville even moved as a 1-point favorite now. I think the line moved to they started at Pick'em.
It's fluctuating.
Yeah.
I've seen Pick'em. I've seen 1.
Yeah, the last thing I saw is it moved from Pick'em to Jags by 1, and that is the home field. But that tells you there's some respect. This is a 4-1 team in the better conference. Yeah, Gibby looked up Jags by 1 as well, so I think that's where it is. This is a good team in the better conference that is 4-1 and that already has some impressive wins, and the odds makers like the Jags in the game. That is respect for this team. There's recent years here where the Saints would come in here even without Drew Brees and be a 6-point favorite, right?
Well, just to your point, Vegas has the Saints as the 3rd best odds to win the Super Bowl.
How about that?
So
And
Vegas's
1 point dog
power
here.
poll, which is the only one that matters,
Right.
has the Saints as the 3rd best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
The Jaguars they have fairly far down, kind of in the middle part of the territory, maybe even actually I'd say probably more in the 15 to 20 range at 50-1. The Saints at 9-1. So again, Vegas is sort of picking up on what I'm not saying Vegas is picking up on what I'm saying, but I think Vegas and I are in line with that. Line tells you Vegas believes the Saints are getting ready to lay an egg.
This is a good year. This is a good week to get them.
Right.
This is good, but they are. But Lauren, you made this point a couple times, and I agree with it. They are built similar to the Panthers. I mean, Kamara is like McCaffrey, not the biggest guy, super quick feet, really fast, very explosive.
Hard to tackle.
He's a very hard to get on the ground. He's very similar to Christian McCaffrey. He is. And they've got a great receiver. You've made that point. They've got a better receiver than DJ Moore. They've got a better receiver than anybody that plays for Carolina. I think this is a hard game. I think it's a harder game than I think you think it is, Hayes. What about you, Lauren?
I think it's a very difficult game. The only other advantage I'm hoping to come back to is that 1 o'clock in the Sunday heat for a dome team isn't going to go well. And again, we saw the only time that the Saints have lost is because the Rams' defensive line really got after them. Now, obviously, that was the game that Drew Brees injured his thumb, but he played most of that game before he got injured. But the Rams' defensive line attacked and attacked and attacked, and obviously the Saints had an ugly game.
Where's Michael Thomas on the list?
2 or 3.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a top 5 receiver.
And he's perfect for why you'd want Jalen Ramsey, because Michael Thomas is more physical.
Right.
I mean, he's obviously got speed,
right?
But he's the kind of player that Jalen is specifically built to stop Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
And AJ Boye and Trey Herndon, just aren't. They're not near the physical player, so they're going to have to play the best game they've played yet to hold Michael Thomas under 125 yards.
It's going to be a fun game, no question. An interesting collection of pass catchers for Teddy Bridgewater. Michael Thomas, one of the best 4 or 5 receivers in the league for sure. Kamara, one of the best 5 backs in the league, perhaps. The veterans on this team. Ted Ginn's been around for about 100 years. Jared Cook's been around for about 100 years. So it's a mix, isn't it? He's got a lot of veteran parts in place, and maybe the best play caller in the NFL. You could certainly make the argument that if Sean Payton's not the best play caller in the NFL, he's top handful, right?
He's the best.
Yeah, so he's
I
a
think.
great play caller. It really is. He is certainly on Andy Reid's level as great play callers in the NFL. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll talk more Jags and Saints as the week goes along. Let's take a break. When we come back, I want to get to FSU Clemson. What can the Seminoles get done in this game? Is there a crack in the armor with Clemson a bit? Are they more mortal than maybe we thought? They almost lost in Chapel Hill. That coming up. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Make Monday feel like game day with Post Game Monday.
They're the best defense in the league for a reason.
Expert analysis of Sunday's game all day. Brought to you by Dandy Foods, home of the classic Cuban. Everybody loves a classic on 1010XL.
Renewal by Andersen windows are unlike any other home window on the market. They are 2 times stronger than vinyl. They'll never fog up. They are maintenance-free. And best part yet, custom designed for you. Lauren Brooks here for Renewal by Andersen. They'll send a highly qualified representative to your home for your consultation, and you will experience superior customer service throughout the entire process. Renewal by Andersen windows will keep you warmer in the winter, cooler in the summer, and quieter all year long. Plus, they are scientifically proven to stand the test of time. You're not just replacing your windows, you're increasing the value of your home. Visit renewalbyandersen.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. It's the fall savings event. Buy one window or patio door and get one 40% off. No money down, no payment, and no interest for 12 months. Restrictions apply. See the website for details. This is a limited time offer. Renewal by Andersen, a better way to a better window. License number CGC 1527613.
For the best price and service when it comes to your waste hauling and collecting, look no further than the A-Team at All-American Roll-Off and Recycling. Jet Prosser here, and let me tell you, you're not going to find an easier way to handle your project cleanups than calling in the A-Team at All-American. A J.B. Coxwell company, All-American Roll-Off and Recycling has brand new trucks and cans in all sizes to fit your project needs. No hidden fees. Count on the best price in town. When it comes to cleaning up when the job is done, go with the A-Team at All-American Roll-Off and Recycling. Visit us at all-americanrolloff.com.
It's the Wiggle Man, not the Boogeyman, and these scary deals on the largest selection of used cars are not to scare anyone. Check out these deals. 2016 Nissan Sentra for only $164 per month. 2016 Altima for $190 per month. Need an SUV? 4-wheel drive Escape for only $116 per month. Or how about a 2016 Jeep 4-wheel drive for only $200 per month? How about a loaded Honda CR-V for only $143 per month? Get to Garber Automall and pick from hundreds of used cars with payments below $200 per month. All credit scores accepted. Visit GarberAutomall.com for payment information.
Are you an experienced electrician who wants the potential to make over $100,000? Looking for a company that offers matched 401k, health insurance, paid vacations, and other benefits? O'Rare wants you. Master, journeyman, or apprentice, we have a spot for you at O'Rare now. O'Rare, a family-owned, equal opportunity employer, is looking for skilled commercial and industrial electricians. Act fast and apply today at O'Rare.com. That's OREAIR.com. OREAIR.com. Because at O'Rare, quality doesn't cost, it pays.
Hey, Scarline here to tell you about Watson Realty's Juliet Vaughn. If you are looking to buy or sell your home, you need to call Juliet at 993-3618. Juliet's mission is simple: love where you live. Juliet found our house in St. Johns County, and we love it. She also found my mom her dream house in Mandarin. Juliet is a Jacksonville native who knows how to find your ideal home. I love where I live thanks to Juliet Vaughn. Give her the chance to help you love where you live. Call Juliet Vaughn today at 993-3618 and take advantage of her impeccable customer service.
Hey, Hicken here. For 30 years, American Transmission has been Jacksonville's go-to for all of your automotive repair needs. They are the transmission experts, but they also have a complete department of certified master technicians. They can diagnose and repair any car, truck, SUV, or fleet vehicle. If you have any automotive repair needs, American Transmission, 2 locations, 5337 Beach Boulevard or 13750 Atlantic Boulevard. Call them today, 396-3766. That's 396-3766 for a free estimate.
Get inside the Gators with the Florida Gator Report with Lauren Brooks.
Go, Gators!
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get your Gators on 1010XL.
We've been saving people money for over 50 years. Now at Mavis Discount Tire, save even more. Right now, get up to $100 back on 4 select Goodyear, General, or Firestone tires. You always save on tires at Mavis Discount Tire. Check out MavisTire.com to find a store near you.
Mavis Discount Tire, America's discount tire store.
Legal and other restrictions apply. See stores for rebate details.
Hello, I'm Eddie Farah. Big business is working hard to limit the rights of employees injured on the job. If you have a workers' compensation claim, here's a point I can't stress enough. Don't back down. The fact is, you do have rights to proper medical care and lost wages. Even if you feel like getting compensated is nothing more than one big roadblock, We know the way, and maybe we can help you. Call Farah and Farah at 396-5555. Offices Jacksonville.
Ever wish a button could undo what you said at the office party?
Ned, my office now.
A button for emptying the dishwasher.
Honey, dishes!
If you have sleep apnea but have trouble using CPAP, now there's a button to replace it. It's called Inspire. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with just a click of a remote. That's right, just a button. If you're struggling with CPAP, great sleep awaits at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Vida de Louis is the newest tequila on the Jacksonville scene and is the smoothest too. It's a tribute to smooth sailing and living a relaxed lifestyle. Extra aeration makes Jacksonville's only locally owned tequila perfect for the summer season or any season. Check out VitaDeLouis.com for great drink recipes and interact on social media. The citrus of the sea, Vida de Louis. Ask for it by name the next time you want the smoothest tequila in Jacks. VitaDeLouis.com to find all the locations where it's served.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnick Tuesday. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Always a Nimnick Tuesday on The Frangie Show. Frank Hayes, Gibby, and Lauren with you until 6 p.m. this evening, and then Helmets and Heels built by Dreamfinders Homes takes over from there. Florida State and Clemson square off at 3:30 on Saturday. Any chance that Willie Taggart can be the better coach when Saturday is over Dabo Swinney?
No. Dabo's a way better coach. But I think the Noles hang in the game. They're not going to win, I don't think. But I'm not convinced North Carolina's better than Florida State. And I know that game was in Chapel Hill. And Clemson was asleep at the wheel a bit. But they almost beat them. I mean, they get a 2-point conversion and they win the game. So that gave me some pause. I saw a great stat today.
And I assume you'd agree Mac Brown is a better coach than Willie Taggart, at least as of now.
I do.
Yeah,
I think Mac Brown's a very good coach. And Willie may prove to be a very good coach from what we know now. We had this list last week of top 4s and 5s. Did you see this stat?
Yeah.
Florida State, according to the 24/7 composite, Florida State has 41 4-star and 5-star players on their team. 4-star and 5-star recruits, 41. Clemson's got 40. FSU's a 4-touchdown underdog. You are a 4-touchdown underdog to a team with fewer, albeit one fewer, 4- and 5-star recruit than you. That is bizarre. Now, let's be fair. Willie Taggart just got there. He inherited a bunch. He changed the culture. The culture wasn't good in the Jimbo era. And Dabo Swinney's had a lot of time to build that culture. And part of building that culture is getting his butt whacked by FSU a bunch of times. So it's obvious. It's not fair just to say, well, this coach, the way the tweet came out, this coach is way better because he's got 40 and the other team's got 41 and he's a 4-touchdown favorite. Well, there's more to it than that. But it was an interesting tweet. It did get me thinking. Hayes, this is an opportunity for FSU to make its mark. And I'll say it again. You never think of Florida State in the moral victory business, but FSU can make its mark even without winning the game. I think they can play tough. They can hang around. I think if this game is a back-and-forth game and Clemson wins 34-31, FSU will have sent a message that Willie Taggart said after they beat Louisiana Monroe, it's progress. Well, it didn't feel like progress. Now, maybe it was because they won the next 2 games, but in this instance, I feel like a 34-31 loss. You're 3-3 with a bunch of games coming up in which you will be favored is progress.
I think it would be progress because the message would be sent to Clemson that the gap that you think is a chasm is not so big and is shrinking by the day because Florida State should out-recruit Clemson. And I think that there's a chance if Willie Taggart can get to 8 or 9 wins, I think there's a chance that they can start turning the tables a little bit. Not maybe in terms of the top 5 players in each class. Clemson's doing such an outstanding job there. But the ability to recruit the state of Florida should give Florida State greater depth in those recruiting classes in terms of talent than maybe what Clemson's going to get. So I do think if you're able to keep it close, if it comes down to the wire, I do think you would take a lot of positivity out of that if you're Florida State. I just don't know that we're going to see that happen. And again, that's a great stat in terms of the blue chip recruits, but I think Trevor Lawrence is worth 10 four-star prospects.
Well, that's it.
And that's the thing. The stars on Clemson are still, even in what is supposed to be a poor start for a team that, some were saying we're going to break the all-time scoring record in college football. You're still dealing with an offense that's led by Trevor Lawrence, who you're not going to convince me has just forgotten how to play football from a phenomenal true freshman season. You've got Etienne, who's averaging 6.9 yards a carry and has scored 5 touchdowns. You've got T. Higgins, who's averaging 23 yards a catch. And you have still Justin Ross. To me, Clemson just hasn't hit the gear yet that they're going to hit. But to that point, I think with all we know about Clemson getting the scare, the bye week, if Florida State is able to then make it a very competitive game, even in a loss, they're going to get – Clemson is not going to sleepwalk through this game. Like, this will be a great measuring stick game because we know this will be Clemson. There is no reason Clemson's at home. They're coming off a bye. They didn't play well the last time out. There is no reason for Clemson not to be 100% intense on this game. So there will not be any post-game, Clemson was looking at, Clemson. This is Clemson. So what if Florida State is able to play them to the wire, it will tell you that Florida State is a lot closer than we think to not only getting out of the mediocrity that they've been in, but quickly ascending back into the power of the sport.
This is all about FSU closing the gap. And for FSU, the gap last year was 59-10. I do think there's absolutely a moral victory in here, and that's if you can slow down that Clemson offense and continue to build your offense, whether that be with Blackman, obviously he's getting the start, but whether that be with him or with Hornibrook, you have to continue to feel like you're going to be a football team that can then beat Wake Forest, who currently is undefeated. I found this stat interesting. Seminoles are 1-12 all-time against national champions, with their lone win coming over Miami in 1984. So history doesn't bode well for FSU.
Yeah, 1-12 against current reigning national champions?
Against NCAA recognized national champions.
That's a great stat. I would have never thought it would be 1-12.
Yeah.
I would have thought, if you had told me 13 games, I would have thought 6-7,
something,
maybe even winning record.
With Florida State, this is also a chance to prove yourself, not just a moral victory. See, the Louisville game didn't prove anything. Louisville's no good. You had the big lead. You blew it again. If not for a very odd end of that last Louisville drive, you were going to lose again. The Louisville guy they had a penalty. Louisville's up 28-24 or 24-21 something. They're up late and driving to add to it. They had a penalty. The guy threw a pick. Hornibrook throws the 20-yarder to Matthews, who jumps way up to get it. Then they don't cover Terry, and FSU takes the lead, then they add on at the end. That win didn't prove anything. It just proved you could finally not blow it. I thought the NC State win did prove something. Good crowd. They asked the crowd to show up because the crowd wasn't very good for Louisville. FSU fans responded in a big way, I thought. And FSU rolled them, beat them 31-13, and I thought handled them. I mean, if you watch that game, they handled them. That wasn't just a good score. They beat them as bad as the score indicated, if not worse. Now you got a week off to rest a little bit. This game, are you really kind of coming back? Are you really bouncing? At no time last year did it ever look good. No time. And they won 5 games, and 3 were Samford and Northern Illinois or whoever, right? So it never looked good last year. The NC State game looked good. The first half of the Boise State game looked good, then they collapsed, right? So the NC State game was, other than the first half of the Boise State game, because that was against a good opponent, it looked good. This is the chance to look good. I still say I'd play Hornibrook. Has he announced the starter?
He did. He announced Blackman yesterday.
He announced Blackman. Okay, so yeah. Blackman's going to start. I still think he should play Hornibrook. I know he said he's going to play both guys. And Hayes and I are on different sides of the fence on this one. Hayes would play Blackman. I think you would play Hornibrook like me, Lauren.
Yep.
But and the good thing about that is, and I hate to say it this way, they're not winning anyway. They're not beating Clemson. I don't believe they're beating Clemson. So it's a good time to almost test with whom you're better, right? But then as I say that, I think, well, North Carolina did almost beat them. These guys aren't robots they're playing. And FSU's got a bunch of really fast guys if they can ever get them on the same page. It's an intriguing game, man. I love the fact that this game's 3:30 and Florida's at 8. I mean, my day is I'm going to go to JU and kind of hang out with Ian's team early on, kind of watch them go through their warm-ups and the whole bit before getting taped the whole bit. I love that stuff. Kind of hang out with the JU team, watch most of the JU game, if not all of it, get home in time to watch FSU Clemson and then Florida. That's about as good a day. And a lot of times it doesn't turn out right. The TV, it doesn't work out right. This is going to work out well. What's FSU got to do to win?
I think Cam Akers has to have 230 yards of offense and 4 touchdowns. And I don't think that that's unreasonable. I mean, obviously it'd be a Herculean effort, but I think Cam Akers has the talent, and Clemson's defense I think is quality. They're only giving up 12 points a game, but they haven't seen anything like Cam Akers. And again, I think it's hard to really load the box because Florida State's receivers are certainly good enough to beat you deep. So I do think if you're Venables, you have to look at it as, are we going to totally load up to stop Cam Akers, and are we going to take our chances that our secondary can match up against their receivers, or are we going to give Cam Akers some space? And I think either way he chooses, Florida State can take advantage of. But to me, Cam Akers has to have the kind of game that would immediately put him with the likes of Work Done, Amp Lee. I mean, this to me has to be a game where it solidifies Cam Akers as a Florida State running back icon.
I think Florida State has to win the turnover battle. And, really, whichever quarterback they end up using more doesn't have to be perfect. Sam Howell only threw for 144 yards in that game, was 15 of 27. So he wasn't perfect, and they almost won, but they certainly did get good production on the ground. So Cam Akers is going to be huge. I think the other thing is at times Trevor Lawrence will run, so FSU has to make sure that they contain him.
Here's the other thing. We've said this so much about games that Florida State is in, Florida too, I guess, that don't let the other guy hang around to where all of a sudden the underdog gets some confidence. It feels weird saying that about FSU, even in all these difficult times they've had. It feels like we're talking about Furman going to Alabama, doesn't it?
It does.
But if you're Clemson, particularly against an underdog like FSU that does have skill, you don't let them hang around. That's what I think. I think if you're Clemson, you're at night, you're at home, you want to lay it to the Noles early, because what you don't want is FSU, okay, first quarter, 10-7. All right, the half, 17-10. Clemson kicks a field goal, it's 20-10. But Akers gets loose on a 60-yarder, it's 20-17, 4 minutes left in the third. That's not the game you want if you're Clemson, because now FSU's sideline is gaining confidence. How many times have you seen that game? You don't put them away, you don't put them away, you don't put them away, and the underdog gains confidence. Well, this isn't your Garden brand underdog. This is an underdog with 41 4- and 5-star players on their team, right? So that's the thing. This is clearly one of those games that can get very interesting if the Noles hang around for a while.
Would you say Florida State has a more explosive offense than Florida's?
I would. I think
so. That's why Clemson has to be careful.
Yeah, I think Florida State has the potential. I don't know why it's more. I think Akers is far better than any back Florida's got. I think Blackman has big play potential. I think, and I'm not sure, maybe Trask does as well, but I think Blackman can get loose and run a little bit too. I think Florida has the deepest receiving core maybe in the country, but I don't know that their top 3 are better than FSU's top 3. I think FSU's got – I think Terry may be the best receiver on either team. I think DJ Matthews, he's FSU's Kadarius Toney, stop-and-start guy. I think Trey McKitty and Pitts are both very, very good players. So, yeah, I think which team's more likely to go on a scoring binge? I think FSU more than Florida. I think Florida's got a better team than FSU. I think Florida's defense is significantly better than FSU's. I think Florida's more well-coached than FSU. I think Florida's special teams are better than FSU's. But I think FSU, in terms of explosiveness on offense, heck, if for no other reason, Hayes, because it's a good question, Lauren, if for no other reason other than Akers and Terry are on the team, I think they're more explosive.
That's the key to me, is I think their stars are better than Florida's stars. Florida does have more depth, and they certainly have more organization. But I think Terry and Akers, I'm not sure that – Clemson could counter that, but there aren't too many teams in the nation.
Well, that's a good
counter that.
Boy, you're right. Alabama, Clemson with Etienne and those two receivers are really good. But there aren't many. If you say best running back, best receiver, Cam Akers and Tamari and Terry, there aren't many teams that are going to top 1-1. Realistically, other than Alabama, Clemson, I don't think Georgia can top that.
They can't.
I don't think Ohio State's close. But I don't think there aren't many. There aren't many that have, because they're both first-round guys. Would you be surprised if both go in the first round?
I would not.
Yeah, they're both potential first-round guys. Terry more than Akers even for me, because he's a receiver, and so that's a good 1-2 punch. So
that's why if the game was at Florida State and if Clemson wasn't coming off of a bye and didn't just have a scare against North Carolina, those three big things,
agreed,
I would feel so much differently about this game. But because of those three things, if you're Clemson, you have to be a little concerned if FSU hangs in because of the explosiveness, but otherwise I think Clemson will be okay.
One thing I wanted to ask you, too, I've never been to Clemson. And we may need to get to this at another point, but how difficult is it to play there? Is that the typical 6 points, or is it less or more?
For personal experience, I've only been one time. Lauren was there too. We saw them lose at home to South Carolina. So I don't know that we got a good taste of it. So I've only been once.
That's a rivalry game.
Yeah, but it was pretty. It was a pretty cool setting. Now it was loud and kind of crazy. You're close.
The problem with answering for us, I think, is South Carolina controlled that game for the most part.
I gotcha.
So it's too hard to know on a third and short in the fourth quarter what it was going to sound like.
Yeah, I've told you this before. I've said it many times. Jadeveon Clowney had the best game I've ever seen a player. I remember. I can remember. I said 3.5 sacks. Lauren said I think it was 4.5. She looked it up. It was 4.5 sacks.
It was a lot of sacks.
Okay, think about that. Think about that just for a second.
It's unreal.
4.5 sacks by one player in one game. So it's hard to tell. But to your question, Clemson is really regarded as an unbelievable setting. They win a lot there for a reason. So there's not much about Clemson that they haven't gotten about right. From the lounge and the slide and all that in the football facility to their stadium as well. Hey, let's get into a little hardball. Andrew Gibson from Appalachian State University will take us a little bit through highs and lows of this baseball postseason. Got some Game 5s coming up. All that and more. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carlion for MyBookie.ag. Football season is in full swing. You waited to see how the first month would play out. Now you've seen who these teams really are, and you're ready to cash in. That means it's time to bet, win, and get paid at MyBookie.ag. MyBookie has more odds and more prop bets than any other sportsbook. I can tell you nobody pays out faster. You want your cash, you're going to get your cash. The MyBookie lines have the Patriots as a 16.5-point home favorite over the Giants on Thursday night. The Jaguars' home game against the Saints is a pick'em this Sunday. In college football, LSU is a 13-point favorite over the visiting Gators on Saturday. FSU is a 27-point underdog at Clemson. Sign up now and MyBookie will double your first deposit up to $1,000. That's up to $1,000 in free money. Use promo code RADIO to get your double your money offer today. You play, you win, you get paid at MyBookie.ag.
It's the Publix Ultimate Tailgate. You could win $250 toward your ultimate tailgate. Cornhole accessories from Mystic Cornhole and sausage from Cagino Sausage Company.
We aim to please.
Enter now at 1010XL.com.
Prosser here for your Fenwick Plumbing Pros. Replace that old, rusty, worn-out water heater. Do it right now and take $100 off with Fenwick. All those showers, dirty dishes, and endless laundry leave sediment, limescale, and other buildup on your water heater. That means less hot water and huge energy bills. That stops now. Let Fenwick Plumbing install a new efficient water heater with a 1-year warranty that covers every drop. Say Jeff Prosser sent you when you call 660-0556 or visit FenwickPlumbing.com. How
How tough is the new 2019 Crewmax Toyota truck? Well, it's tough enough for Ernie Palmer Toyota and 1010XL to give one away this fall. Fact is, Ernie Palmer Toyota now has your toughest and coolest Tundras, Tacomas, Highlanders, and Sequoias just sitting around waiting for you to drive. So visit Ernie Palmer Toyota today and keep an eye out for the Ernie Palmer Weekly Pick'em Contest this football season on 1010XL.com, where you'll have a chance to win a Crewmax Toyota Tundra, only from Ernie Palmer Toyota.
Is your AC unit making spooky noises? Maybe you got some creepy stuff in your vents. It's Rick Ballou and my friends at McGowan's will get rid of your AC gremlins with their fall service deals. It's no trick. They'll inspect your system and make honest recommendations so your whole family gets a treat this year. From the Georgia border to Palm Coast, folks trust McGowan's AC. Call 264-COOL or visit McGowan'sAC.com, the official heating and air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
License number CMC 1250075.
This is John Von Thron, orthopedic surgeon for your Jacksonville Armada FC. At Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute, we are proud to provide sports medicine services to the Armada, the Jaguars, the Sharks, Jacksonville University, the Axemen, Florida State College of Jacksonville, and for the majority of local high schools and community events. With the most experienced, caring, and fellowship-trained specialists in orthopedics, it's no wonder why coaches, parents, and athletes choose JOI. Call JOI 2000 or online at joi.net. Go where the pros go.
Right now at Ring Power, your local cat dealer, get 0% for 60 months with 0 down on select new cat compact equipment. Call Ring Power at 904-295-1062 or visit ringpower.com/CCE offer jacks. Terms and conditions apply.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
Hey, what are we going to eat for dinner tonight? How about Mr. Chubby's? Mr. Chubby's again? Heck yes, I love Mr. Chubby's wings. They have great specials. You can get $7 domestic pitchers and $3 kids meals on Tuesdays. Well, let's chub it up then.
See all their specials at MrChubby'sWings.com. Locations on Fleming Island and the West Side. Mr. Chubby's Wings. Before the game, after the game, and during the game.
Brian Wall here with Window World. You know that awesome feeling when you finally find that one place to go to that will give you a top quality product at a great price and then stand behind what they sell you? That's exactly what Window World does. Top quality, energy efficient windows at a great price that keeps more of your money in your bank account. With the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business. That's why Window World has been the #1 window replacement company in the USA for years, selling more than 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years. That's a lot of satisfied customers, and you can be one too. Save money on installing new energy-efficient windows and save on your energy bills too. You can't lose. And if anything goes wrong with your new Window World windows ever, Window World and I will be there to make it right. Call Window World today or see them online and have them come and give you a free estimate and see why we are so proud of our products and the work we do for our customers. Call Window World or go online at windowworldneflorida.com. And thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding.
So I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 5-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $30,000 a year and right now graduate making over $80,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition and no student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted into the program, your only costs are the books and the course fees, around $700 a year.
Wow, that sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Andrew Gibson for 1010XL. The future of Gators quarterback Felipe Franks is uncertain at this point. Franks told CBS's broadcast crew on Saturday against Auburn he's not sure whether or not he's going to come back to Florida in 2020. He said he'd make that decision when he's 100% healthy again. Franks has 1 year of eligibility remaining in 2020 and could be a graduate transfer with immediate eligibility next fall if he does leave Florida. The 7th-ranked Gators take on number 5 LSU Saturday night in Death Valley. Willie Taggart intends to play both quarterbacks James Blackman and Alex Hornibrook on Saturday against Clemson. Blackman will start the game for FSU in his return from a sprained MCL. The Seminoles are a 27-point underdog at Clemson. 81 degrees at 4:02. Your time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnick Tuesday. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Gibster, it's been a good postseason, bruh.
Yeah, it has.
Man, oh man, Game 5's everywhere.
Pair of them tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Tonight's going to be good. I think, it's playoff baseball in the state of Florida tonight as the Rays are trying to not get eliminated tonight. The Astros can win, and they can punch their ticket to the ALCS. Did it surprise you the Yankees swept the Twins?
No.
It surprised me a little bit. I thought
it?
the Twins would at least get a game. They didn't get a game.
Yeah, and you're right. If you'd have asked me to predict it, I probably would have said the Yankees in 4. But I'm not surprised. The Yankees are bombers. I'm more surprised that the Rays got a game against the Astros, really, than I am.
Well, the legendary home field that the Trop
there's no
brings to the table.
Oh, they'll be hanging on the rafters tonight, Hayes.
I just saw a tweet from Mark Topkin, who covers the Rays for the Tampa Bay Times. He literally 10 minutes ago. There are still thousands of tickets available for tonight's game, just $45. But seriously, when it comes to tonight's game,
do they have 32,000 people that own Rays gear in the world? Does the whole world have that?
But more importantly, I found it shocking that Justin Verlander has only made one career start on short days rest before tonight. He's only coming off of 3 days rest. One career start on short rest, that just literally blew my mind.
What do they call it? How much rest has he had? 3 days?
3 days.
Yeah, it surprised me too. Now, you don't do it very often because now everybody is always 4 days rest. Used to be 4, 5, 3. It used to mix up a little bit. It's not going to matter, I don't think. I think he's the best pitcher going. I'm astounded by him. I did find this story. This is fantastic on ESPN. David Schoenfeld, who's a really good writer. Gibby, you've read Schoenfeld's stuff, right?
Yeah, he's good.
What do these terrific postseason pitchers all have in common? Garrett Cole, Charlie Morton, Tyler Glasnow, and Miles Michaelis. I'm just reading from the story. What do they all have in common, Gib?
They're former Pirates.
They're all former Pirates.
I didn't know
I
didn't know Michaelis was. But
they traded for Michaelis. They traded Alec Dickerson, a power hitter, for Michaelis, and then immediately traded Michaelis a month later because they're so smart. That doesn't count. Jay Happ, by the way, still in the postseason. Austin Meadows in the post. There's an all-star Pirates team in the postseason, so it's pretty amazing stuff. I'll say
that is a gut punch.
Oh my God! The gut punch is. And the GM still has the job. The GM is the longest tenured GM in the National League. All these guys that are former Pirates, we traded away, and the GM still has his job.
Now, do people?
How's he have his job?
Yeah,
Lauren? That's what I want to know. How's he have the job?
Do they constantly write to their? Yeah.
Well, every media guy in town has said, "How does the guy still have his job?"
And I'm sure all the fans do too.
It's unbelievable. The guy's got the job. I mean, obviously, you can't get fired in that job.
Obviously.
You can't get fired.
Fans shouldn't show up for next year to try and send a message.
Gibby, I'll tell you this. The Dodgers, I've said all along, are the best team in the National League. Game 5 against Strasburg, though, bro.
Yeah.
How would you like – Walker Buehler's been a good pitcher for them. But, Hayes, how would you like to think you've got this great team? You still haven't won the World Series, even though you've been a bunch. You've got this great team that hit 7 trillion home runs this year. You got Clayton Kershaw, who's probably not even your best starter anymore. Yet it's a Game 5 against Steven Strasburg. That's whoo boy, right?
It's incredible they've put themselves in this position, and I can't recall a team in the divisional series having the amount of pressure that the Dodgers will have tomorrow night.
Right.
Now it's a little like the Nationals have some just because they've perennially been underachievers.
Yeah, but they're not the Dodgers.
But they're not. Yeah, So to me, it'll be interesting to see how the Dodgers react to that.
The Yankees and the Dodgers are the Packers and the Cowboys. All right, they're even bigger over the years than the Patriots and the Steelers. Okay, the Red Sox and the Cardinals come in next, or the Cubs. But the Yankees and the Dodgers are the Yankees and the Dodgers. What do you think, Gib? You're going against Strasburg on a winner-take-all? Whoo, boy, that's a tough challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, I picked the Nationals to go to the World Series in March because of this rotation that you're seeing play out right now. Strasburg at times, several times, has been better than Scherzer this year. Strasburg's had a really good year, and I mean, it's going to be a terrific matchup with him. And Walker Buehler, for those that have never watched him, he had multiple games this year with 16 strikeouts. He's a monster.
Yeah, he really. I mean, look, the Dodgers have the better of the two teams. They're playing the game at home. They should win. But baseball, if you have great pitching and if you have one really great pitcher and you can get it to a winner-take-all, you suddenly have an advantage.
Well, and I would almost say we're going to have a minimum of 4 World Series games, 4 LCS games. And so we've got a minimum of 12 beyond this, and we could have as many as 21. But I would say that this will be the most hyped game of the postseason. This will be a top, 5 probably hyped game because of the stakes involved and the guys that are going. And maybe you guys would disagree. I mean, I guess if we get Dodgers, Yankees, or Astros.
Yeah, you can get Verlander, Kershaw in the World Series, but I get your point. Your point, whether it's the most or not, isn't the point. Your point's dead on. What a hyped game this will be because of the disaster in Chavez Ravine if they don't win that game. This is the team built to win it all. They've been to 3 straight World Series and haven't won one. This was the team. This team was better. They traded away Matt Kemp. They traded away Yasiel Puig. Gavin Lux is the best minor league player in the last 5 years. They couldn't even find a place for him until the last month of the season, right?
Yeah, and it's a very similar situation to the Astros. I mean, in the American League, they were so good they couldn't find a spot for a Jordan Alvarez, and he's going to win the American League Rookie of the Year. So, to your point on the Dodgers, they're an incredibly deep team.
But at least the Astros have a ring. Okay, they won.
They do.
The Dodgers been a long. When's the last time the Dodgers? 88.
88.
Last
World Series.
Time.
Yep.
You were 6, Brooks, the last time. You had just turned 6 the last time the Los Angeles Dodgers won the World Series.
And for some reason, it feels different, too, because the Astros tore completely down and kind of rebuilt themselves. The
Correct.
Dodgers are just pouring
They just
money,
reload.
spilling money into this franchise and not winning.
Right. So I should know this. Who's pitching for the Rays tonight? Brooks, do you know
Castillo.
Yeah, it's Diego Castillo versus Justin Verlander.
I don't know who that is. Should I know who that is?
No, because
he's one of their openers.
Yeah, he's an opener, correct.
So are they doing that tonight?
They are. Opener against Verlander in the playoffs.
The baseball gods can't let the Rays win this game.
No,
I'm sorry.
So this guy Castillo.
Come on.
So this guy Castillo is seriously going to pitch 2 or 3 innings in an elimination game?
I haven't read that they're going to use him as an opener. I just know that he's absolutely starting.
The Rays are pitching.
Now keep in mind, the last 4 times the Rays have been in this situation, they've won an elimination game. So we shall see.
Castillo has been an opener all season.
Yeah. Okay.
He has the most innings he's pitched that I'm looking at are 2 all year.
So he's an opener.
That's ridiculous.
So he's an opener.
Glasnow says he's ready to come off of the bench.
Yeah.
A pox on baseball if the Rays beat Verlander and the Astros in Game 5 with an opener.
This is just Game 4, so.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Would Garrett Cole pitch tomorrow, Gib, if the Rays win? In 2 days?
I'm not sure exactly what their schedule is, but
it was Verlander.
It was Verlander,
Cole.
He probably would, yeah.
Verlander, Cole, Greinke.
Real quick on Castillo, the most innings or the most pitches he's thrown. You ready for this? The most pitches he's thrown this year, 35.
Come on, I'm with
In a
Hayes
game.
on this. Come on.
And that was a week ago.
So their rotation is Morton, Glasnow, Snell.
Yes.
So Snell pitched the 3rd game.
Right.
And they won that game.
Yes.
Okay, so
that was the 10-3.
Okay, so and Snell pitched that game. So opener tonight. So then back to No, I thought Morton pitched last night. I'm totally confused.
Yeah, Morton pitched yesterday.
Morton pitched yesterday. Yeah. Not okay. So Morton pitched. He started the opener too, didn't he? Didn't he start the first one of the series?
Yeah, he started the first one.
So he pitched games 1 and 4.
1 and
1 and 3. Is that right? Hang on, that can't be right, can it? Anyway, so maybe he didn't. Maybe I don't know. We'll look it up. But
it went Morton, Glasnow, Snell.
Morton definitely pitched last night.
Morton pitched last night.
So then they put Snell in the second game?
I'll look it up. But the point here's the point. If the Rays win, in front of 18,500 with a starting pitcher throwing 2 innings, which is just comical. If they can come back tomorrow with Morton, oh no, he pitched. Yes, I don't. Glasnow.
See, Morton didn't pitch until yesterday.
Oh, he didn't.
His
pitch.
last outing before yesterday was October 2nd against the A's.
Okay, so it was Glasnow, Snell, Morton. That's what it was. Glasnow pitched the first game. That's what it was. So Glasnow pitched the first game. That's right. Morton pitched the game.
Oh, he pitched the wild card game.
Okay.
That's why I have it in my head.
Okay,
wrong.
so it was Glasnow, Snell, Morton. Okay, so even if they win with the opener today, they pitched Glasnow in Game 5, who's good, but he hadn't beaten Cole, I wouldn't think. So interesting. I tell you what, it's been a great postseason. We'll keep an eye on it for sure. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's talk some Gator football. 1010 XL 92.5 FM.
Now, the Lamb Rant, brought to you by the Best Bet Card Rooms at Jacksonville and Orange Park.
There are two things going on in the NFL that everyone thinks but no one will say out loud. I'm talking about Jalen Ramsey's back and Christian McCaffrey being a white running back. First, Ramsey's back. I'm sure his back aches. I'm sure a lot of NFL players have aching backs this time of the year. I'm also sure Ramsey could play if he wanted to. It's a touchy situation for a team to question a player who says he's injured, but at some point Ramsey has to play or be suspended. Second, McCaffrey. Can the NFL's best running back be a white guy? Holy John Riggins, can that be true? Since 1980, only a handful of top running backs were white. Most were fullbacks when teams actually had running fullbacks. Riggins, Craig James, Mike Allstott, Peyton Hillis, and McCaffrey are the only white guys to have 1,000-yard seasons in nearly 40 years. So go ahead and say it. Ramsey's back isn't injured, and run, white boy, run.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Listen up, Jacksonville. Beaver Chevrolet is expanding and looking for the best of the best to join our family. Maintain your work-life balance, enjoy a positive atmosphere, and earn industry-leading pay. Our WOW opening of the month is for experienced mechanics. How about a $10,000 signing bonus? That's right, experienced technicians can take advantage of a $10,000 signing bonus. If you're ready to join the team, call General Manager Brett Morgan at 904-245-1422 or just stop by Beaver Chevrolet.
Mike Dempsey here, folks. Imagine your tailgate overlooking the whole Jags parking lot from a top deck with a veranda before the game. The Party Shack Tailgate Village is no shack. It's a whole village of VIP tailgating suites. Beer, wine, and alcohol included, plus catered food sponsored by Publix, access to air conditioning, private restrooms, plus TVs, and top deck views all for one price. The Saints and Jets games are nearly sold out, so get in on the Party Shack tailgate now at jacksvillage.com. That's jacksvillage.com.
Have you heard? It's official. Diamonds Direct has moved. Thanks to the way you've embraced our unique concept, we needed more room, so we've upgraded. We've moved to a brand new store that's 50% larger. It's off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt. You can't miss it. Our new showroom is state-of-the-art. Bright, spacious, modern, with gorgeous lake views and more fine jewelry than you've ever seen in one place. You're gonna love our new home. Same great people, same industry-leading warranties and guarantees, same unbeatable values, but now in a fresh new showroom with even more diamonds, more designer jewelry, more engagement ring mountings, more bands and bracelets and pendants and earrings. It's the best selection in all of Florida. At Diamonds Direct, our passion is celebrating love and new beginnings. And now we invite you to join us in celebrating this new chapter in our life. Diamonds Direct, upgrading your experience yet again with a spectacular new showroom. Now open off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt behind Firebirds.
Off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here, and I want to know, are your drafty windows letting all that cool air right back outside? Will they protect your home from Florida's unpredictable weather? If not, then it's time for the peace of mind that comes only with Pella Windows and Doors. Pella offers durable wood, fiberglass, and vinyl products in various styles and designs to best complement your home. So visit the Pella of Jacksonville showroom on Phillips Highway next to Tesla, or find them at PellaJacks.com. That's Pella Windows and Doors at PellaJacks.com.
My name is Janice. I'm a client of Brett Hastings. Brett is the most brilliant, diligent, hardworking attorney I have ever met. He is truly dedicated to his clients and fights for them to the very end. Brett fought hard to win a large personal injury lawsuit for me. They are the very best legal team I have ever met. I would hire them again in a heartbeat.
Learn more at justiceforjacksonville.com.
Law offices of Brett Hastings, where the injured find justice.
Hi, I'm Mark Brunell, inviting you to the Jaguar Legends Community Gala on Saturday, October 12th. Join me along with many of your favorite Jaguars legends. Special performance by Grammy Award-winning group the Quad City DJs. Get your tickets now at jaxevents.com.
When you owe the IRS or Florida sales tax and can't pay, contact J. David Tax Law. Voted best tax attorney by Folio Weekly Readers and an ultimate tax attorney by the Jacksonville Business Journal. Stop collection action and permanently resolve your tax problem. Peace of mind is only a click or call away. Call J. David Tax Law now for a no-cost consultation at 507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Online at jdavidtaxlaw.com.
There is one name synonymous with joint replacement excellence, and that name is Heekin of the Heekin Clinic. For 18 years, Dr. R. David Heekin and his staff have been the leader for treatment of hip and knee pain. Eliminating hip and knee pain through advanced surgical and non-surgical techniques has been Dr. Heekin's sole goal since retiring from the Army in 2001. If you're looking to ease your hip and knee pain, schedule an appointment today and call 328-5979 or visit HeekinClinic.com. That's HeekinClinic.com.
Former Jacksonville Pro Bowler Leon Searcy is serving up lunch on XL Primetime.
Bring me 4 fried chickens and a Coke.
Weekdays at noon on 1010XL.
4 fried chickens and a Coke.
Brought to you by Wingstop.
I like my dessert first.
Got a clogged drain or a problem with your sewer? Dial 6951911. Don't tell me, let me guess, call Metro Rooter. Dial 6951911 or MetroRooter.com.
Nobody likes to have plumbing problems at their home or business, but if you do, call Metro Rooter. We provide fast same-day service with the right parts and equipment on hand to get you up and running. For all your plumbing and septic tank needs, call the best. Just pick up the phone and dial
6951911 or MetroRooter.com.
Ever wish we could get a new car with low monthly payments?
We can at Community First. Great rates, fast approvals, and they'll even delay your first payment for 90 days.
Ever wish we weren't driving a little scooter down JTB?
Wishing for a new car? With Community First, you get a great low rate and delay your first payment for 90 days. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First. Love where you bank. Insured by NCUA.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. And now, this week's Scholar Athlete of the Week. Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234 on 1010XL.
And this week's Scholar Athlete is Bradley Ashmore. Hello, Bradley. How are you?
Good. How are you?
We are fantastic, thanks. A senior offensive lineman at Fletcher. How's the season going so far?
It's going good. We started off a little rough. We were 1-2, 1-3 to start off with, but we're back to 500 now. And the rest of the games we got this year are definitely all winnable for us. We had a really front stacked schedule this year, and the teams definitely came together over the past few weeks. We're gelling a lot better than we were at the beginning of the season. So the season's now looking up. It wasn't so much at the beginning, as y'all know, but it's looking up now, and I think we got a really good shot to win these next couple games and get back in the playoff picture.
Bradley, what's your height and weight?
6'6", 285.
6'6", 285. That sounds like an offensive lineman for sure.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about the whole football journey for you. Played as a kid the whole way up. Were you always a lineman? How'd that go?
Yeah, so I started pretty young. I think I started when I was 6 or 7. I can't remember, but I was super young. And obviously, since I've been a bigger kid, I've always been playing with kids that are a lot older than me. So I was playing with kids, 2 or 3 years older than me. And when you're young, that's a big difference. So At first, I've always liked football, but at first it wasn't like my dream because I'd go out to practice as a 8-year-old getting beat up by 10 and 11-year-olds, which you can imagine wasn't fun. So at the beginning, I still loved it, but it wasn't something that I looked forward to doing every day. But I definitely over the years I've learned to love it more, and now it's been my life for almost my whole life. So. Yeah, I've been playing for a long time, and now it's all I know. It's all I like.
Wearing the Vanderbilt shirt, how did their recruitment of you go? When did that start, and why did you choose Vanderbilt?
So they started recruiting me probably around the beginning of my junior year. They followed me on Twitter, all the normal stuff, and I started talking to the coaches, and then I set up a visit for Thanksgiving weekend last year, and basically my entire extended family lives in Nashville. So I was there for the entire week. So I went to the first game versus Ole Miss the one Saturday. I went to a practice during the week, and then I went back for the rivalry game versus Tennessee the next Saturday. So I was there 3 times in the course of a week. So it was a pretty big, family and football week. And I was hoping they were going to offer me. And the first 2 visits, he didn't offer. I was talking to the coach constantly, but he didn't offer me. So I was kind of nervous. And then before the game, on the third visit, he offered me before the game, sitting down at the table eating food. And I committed immediately. It took him by surprise. I committed immediately after he did it. So, from the time they started recruiting me, the time I committed, it was pretty fast because I knew that's where I wanted to be for the entire time, really. And then I didn't shut down my recruitment yet. That was for the main reason, I wanted to keep coaches coming to the school to see other guys and, things like that. But yeah, I've been 100% Vandy for a while now. So, it's been going good and looking forward to getting up there in a couple months.
Awesome.
In addition to football, you're obviously also a really good student athlete. You'd have to be able to get into Vanderbilt. How do you balance your time between football and academics?
Yes, ma'am. So last year, sophomore and junior year were definitely the hardest, with the homework load and everything and still trying to get bigger and stronger and practice. So, it's a lot of just being able to manage your time well, and you're definitely not going to get as much sleep as you'd want to those couple years, but it's just time management skills, really. People think it's difficult, but if you put your mind to it and stay on track, it's not that bad.
Well, it also helps when you're smart. He's got a 3.98 GPA, a 3.98 GPA, and a 1280 on the SAT. What do you want to do? What's the plan down the road?
I want to go to college, and then I want to double major in mathematics and secondary education. So I want to play in college, and then hopefully I do want to play in the league too. But after that, then I want to be a teacher, a high school teacher, and a coach.
That's very cool. Very cool.
Bradley, you do something really cool for community service in terms of planting sea oats. Can you talk to us about what that is and how you go about doing it and the benefit of it for the environment?
Yeah, yes, sir. So on the coast of Florida, really on the coast anywhere, we're over the past couple years we've experienced an increased number of hurricanes with increased intensities. And with this increased number of storms, the storm surge comes multiple times a year sometimes. And with this surge of water coming up, right, on the beach, the lower levels can usually take it. A little of the sand gets washed away. But we have a dune to kind of protect the front houses of the beach and really the entire beach community, because if they weren't there, the water would come up much farther. And the way the sea oats work is the plants you see, obviously just the normal, what you would call a dune at the beach. And the top, what most people see, is not what really protects our community. It's what's under the sand. So these plants have a really big root system. So when we plant them when they're little, they grow pretty fast. So what the roots do is they grow through the ground, and then the sand builds up on them to create a barrier between the water and the houses. So it acts as the seawall used to, but in a more environmentally friendly way, and looks nicer too.
That's awesome.
Wow.
And on behalf of someone who lives at the beach, by the way, I can hear your games from my backyard. So close I live to Fletcher. We say thank you. You are a part of the 1,000-pound club. Can you tell us what that is?
Yes, ma'am. Our Coach Foy is our strength coach at Fletcher High School, and he does a great job with all that. And the 1,000-pound club is basically, it's a combination of your squat, of your bench, and of your power clean.
Okay.
And if you get the total above 1,000 pounds, then that's the 1,000-pound club. So it's usually, 10, 20 guys each year. And this year I think we've had more than we've ever had before, which is good. Yes, ma'am.
Bradley Ashmore from Fletcher High School. Hey, man, it's great meeting you. You're an impressive guy. You really are. And I bet you might just be playing on Sundays. That'd be a cool thing. But congratulations on the commitment to Vanderbilt. Good luck the rest of the year. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Back in a moment. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Get ready for game day.
There's something good going on around here.
The weekend starts early with Pre-Game Friday.
Make the catch and keep the chains moving.
Brought to you by MyBookie and TIAA Bank.
Bring it up, let's go!
On 1010XL.
In life, there are times to count your losses, times to be the better person, times to walk away. But if you've been injured by no fault of your own, it's time to fight. Call me, Eddie Farah, at 396-5555, Jacksonville.
As you want great barbecue, you want Bono's. Fast, friendly service, clean family restaurants, and the best barbecue around. That, folks, is Bono's. 15 locations in town. No matter where you are, you're close to a Bono's, and you're going to love it. Oh, and when you go to the stadium for the next time, You also can get Bono's throughout the stadium because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, if you want great barbecue, you want the best barbecue in town. That choice for you should be easy. You want great barbecue, you want Bono's.
Every 19 Honda Accord is on sale during the model year-end clearance sale. Well-qualified buyers can save thousands today with 1.9% APR financing on the 2019 Honda Accord. That's right, save thousands today with 1.9% APR financing on the Honda Accord during the model year-end clearance sale. Going on now at your local Honda dealer. Don't miss it. See dealer for financing details. Offer ends 9/30/19.
Now, the performance painting play of the game.
You gotta claim it!
Performance painting. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Jacksonville wasted no time in responding to Carolina's first quarter touchdown. The Magical Stash and DJ would connect on an insane 37-yard touchdown pass to tie the score at 7 in the opening period. This duo continues to give highlight performances and make jaw-dropping plays. And the 37-yard touchdown is your performance painting play of the game.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting! If the moments of sexual intimacy with your partner are memories of the past, take note. ED isn't an inevitable part of aging. The urologists of the McKeever Clinic can get you back to feeling like your normal self again. Generic forms of Viagra and Cialis are now available directly at McKeever. Your McKeever doctor will decide if this alternative is right for you, and you can go home the same day with the prescription. McKeever Clinic, innovators in urological care since 1921.
The best of XL Primetime Replay is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, helping you be the best when you play.
Jalen Ramsey posing in an Instagram picture with his agent and Deshaun Watson to try and manipulate the Jaguars and this fan base is worse than even when he gets on a podcast during the offseason telling Taylor Lewan that, hey, maybe one day I could maybe play for the Titans or the Raiders. Screw Jalen.
Word is out that Mavis Discount Tire has a huge selection of brand name tires at discount prices. But did you know that Mavis is also home to the $99 brake special? That's right, Mavis Discount Tire also offers discounted prices on brake services. Have front or rear premium quality Wagner brake pads installed for only $99.99. Yes, new brakes for $99.99 including labor. Come in today and save. Offer applies to most cars. Other fees may apply.
Barbecue chicken? Check. Jalapeno cheddar hot links? Of course. Pulled and sliced pork? Double check. St. Louis ribs? Oh yeah. Looks like the barbecue gang's all here. All that's missing is you. Come in for Pick of the Pit combos at Sonny's. Pick 2 or 3 barbecue favorites with sides and bread starting at just $10.99 for a limited time. Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmasters since '68.
Join the XL Primetime crew this Thursday for the American Transmission Customer Appreciation Luncheon at 5337 Beach Boulevard. Enter for your chance to win Jimmy Buffett tickets and enjoy great barbecue and other gifts.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and we're holding our free Bumps and Bruises clinics again this fall.
The Bumps and Bruises clinics are held from 9 to 10 a.m. at the Brooks YMCA, Atlas Physical Therapy on Highway 210, and in Fleming Island at Preferred Physical Therapy.
Join me, Dr. Aaron Bates, and Dr. Chris Swanson for a free injury assessment. For more information, go to se-ortho.com. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is the official team provider for 16 local high schools and the University of North Florida.
Villa is Jacksonville's first and only home ownership company where customers can find a home, get a loan, close and own a home, all under one roof, one brand. By putting all 3 pieces under one roof, the buying, selling, the escrow, the mortgage, it helps make the home buying and selling process simple. That's what Villa is focused on, making home ownership simple by focusing on the customer and delivering an extraordinary home buying experience. Call 904-524-1165 or go to villa.com.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important things we can have and sometimes the most elusive. I'm Ellie Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Driving our Florida streets may be pleasant, but not always safe. A lot of drivers are not insured or do not have coverage to compensate you if you've been injured in an accident. If you've been involved in an accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Office in Jacksonville. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of the Frangie Show now on a Nimnick Tuesday. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
One thing I sense in Gainesville, and I like it, I talked about it last week, I do sense it's a team that's developing a chip on its shoulder. I do sense that.
It should.
I mean, 6-0, ranked 7th, 14-point dog.
And you dropped in the rankings twice, even though you won your games.
Yeah, and I get why they're a 14-point dog. Again, I wouldn't touch the game, so I can't say it's an unfair line if I wouldn't touch it. But but it's a good motivation. You made that point yesterday, Lauren. I agree with it, and I also think teams that don't score, particularly in this day and age, don't get appreciated. They're not a scoring team. Their biggest win of the year, they scored 24 points. Their second biggest win of the year, Miami, they scored 24 points. And I'm assuming, because maybe Miami's not better than Tennessee and Kentucky, because Miami doesn't look like they're very good. But in the two teams of the six that you would think are the two best they've played to this point, they didn't. They topped out at 24 points, and teams that can't score don't get appreciated. That's what part of this is.
Sure, but it's also top scoring defense versus top scoring offense, and offense is sexier, so that's why they're going to go with that.
Yeah, but correct, and that also, for all we know, LSU might be good at both. Well, LSU usually is good on defense. I don't know. I haven't watched them closely, but LSU. There haven't been many years, even when they were down, that they weren't good on defense. They've got defensive backs all over the place. They've got linebackers all over the place. So we'll see. What's Florida got to do? How do you win? How do you win the game?
Well, I think you have to win the game by shocking Joe Burrow into, coming off, after the third possession where LSU hasn't scored, sitting down on the sideline and looking at his coaches in the face and saying, I haven't seen anything like that this year. And I think there is a chance that can happen because I don't think he's seen it. And Florida will be able to get after him from both sides of the line with Grenard and Zuniga back. I think I will say I think the key, Marco Wilson seems to have found himself. I thought was really rusty out of the gate, really disappointing, frankly, to start the year. But Marco Wilson now looks like he's getting back into form. He is an elite player. He was before the knee injury, and I think he will be there again. So now you're seeing a defense that can attack you from both sides, a defense that can cover you from both sides, because C.J. Henderson is an absolute star. And I think you're seeing the fact that Florida's safeties are growing up. So the middle of the field is harder to attack. That's where LSU likes to strike. I think all that stuff adds up to the defense has to make its boldest statement of the year, which is saying something because they just made quite a statement Saturday in the Swamp. But that's going to be the recipe. They've got to somehow hold LSU to 24 or under and hope in a difficult environment their offense, led by a backup quarterback, can get to 27. I think that's the recipe.
And I think ball security. Trask cannot fumble the football. He obviously can't throw any interceptions. And meanwhile, their running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, has fumbled the ball the past 2 games. So obviously they're working on ball security as well. But the Gators defense, certainly in the middle field, is going to have to be very strong. By the way, this is the 6th time that these teams are meeting as top 10 opponents, and the home team pretty much always wins. So
Every
that's
time?
pretty much every time, yeah. So that is one thing that makes me a little nervous.
When's the last time?
You know what? I don't have that information, but I can look it up for you. I know the home team has won 4 of the previous 5 meetings.
Yeah,
so that environment certainly adds to this.
What do you guys think about Mullen's risk-taking? The fake punt from his own territory, the Miami game where they kept faking it on a fake punt, 4th down. You like it? Make you nervous?
It makes me very nervous. I only like it when it works, but that's the obvious answer.
I like it because I think he knows when to call them. It didn't work Saturday, but I think he's he's had more success doing it at moments where I'm like, wow, I did not see that coming. And I watch a game I'm the guy that, like, the game's getting ready to start and my team's getting ready to get the ball, and I'm like, watch for the onside kick. No one has ever onside kicked to start a game in the history of football. And I'm the moron that will say that to his friends before the game starts.
I watch enough games with you. You're like, you're worried. I'm worried guy too.
I am definitely watch out for it guy. So when you surprise me with something, I give you a lot of respect for that. So I think that I think Mullen has a pretty good savvy of when to call it, and I think it's good. I think that can really rev up your sideline. I thought Florida responded pretty well, obviously, on Saturday when it didn't work. I like a coach that will try and steal a possession through special teams.
See, here I'm going to expound on something you just said. They responded when it didn't work. Two things. We've all said that he knows when to call the trick plays. Everybody's got them. Everybody's got the fake punch and the reverse and the throwback pass. There's not a team in football that doesn't have them and doesn't practice them, right? They all have them. The key is knowing when to call them and when not to call them. Don't use it too early. You have to, and he's very good, usually very good at that, even though it didn't work last week. So we've always said that. You know the other thing too, though, and I thought about what you just said about it. They overcame it when it didn't work. I think the fearlessness, it's not reckless. You can be fearless without being reckless. The fearlessness he has when he calls those things makes the team fearless. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
It's almost like he is so fearless with stuff like that they play with a little bit of a reckless abandon. That defense, I thought about this. They have a really good defense, an elite defense, one of the best defenses in college football. But I'm not sure they've got all those NFL ballers over there. Usually when you have a great defense, and a lot of times you can have a great offense in college football, and you can scheme that. I mean, forever, the Big 12 teams are going up and down the field. They don't necessarily have a bunch of great players. They scheme that. Spurrier schemed it his first few years with virtually no NFL players on offense. But defense usually is you got ballers. If you're good on defense, it's because you got guys like Derek Brown, number 5 from Auburn. Usually you have that guy. Who's going to get, barring quarterbacks, who's going to get drafted before that guy? I mean, he's a top 10 pick. I don't think Florida's got much of that. I think Florida is a really good defense, in part because Grantham's a really good coach and he schemes up good stuff. He's a good XOs guy. But I think there's a fearlessness to them. I mean, I've go through that whole defense. Okay, C.J. Henderson's a first-round draft pick, but he's not a top 10 or top 15 pick. But he could be a first-round. He's a cornerback that could get in the first round. All right, that's one. Zuniga probably, if Ja'Kai Polite can be as coveted as he was, Zuniga might can get into the first round because people love pass rushers.
I would take Grenard.
As a first-rounder?
Yes.
I don't know. What do you think?
I love the take in terms of his motor and
great motor.
And I think he'll probably outshine a lot of guys taken ahead of him.
I think he's intelligent.
But he's one of those measurables guys that'll be more probably third, fourth.
Yes, maybe not quite, but I agree with how good a player.
But whoever takes him, to your point, is getting. Will be making a great pick. I think.
But the point is, I don't see first round guy out there other than maybe Henderson. Marco Wilson probably not anymore.
Reese is third, fourth round.
Reese is Jerry Odom.
Yeah.
Smart, tough, good tackler, but probably doesn't run well enough to be a really good NFL player. At least doesn't look like he does. The tackles are okay. Campbell and Schuler played really well. I said that yesterday, but not in terms of NFL guys. Moon, maybe because he's 6'6" and 235 and can run. Maybe he's a specialty guy. But they're not doing this with the guys. They're not doing this with Derek Brown. When you watch Derek Brown play for Auburn, if Florida had one of those guys, they don't have that. So I think there's a fearlessness to how they play defensively.
Yeah, they play loose too, and there's times that they probably shouldn't, or they have made mistakes, and you wouldn't expect them to play loose, but they still play loose because of their coach. 2015 was the last time both were ranked in the top 10. LSU was 6, Florida was 8. The game was in Baton Rouge. LSU won the time before that. In Baton Rouge, LSU won the time before that. In Baton Rouge, LSU won, and then Florida won before that.
The urban defenses were really good, but they had Powell and Easley and Floyd and Brandon Spikes and Hayden and Janoris Jenkins and
the eraser.
They had ballers everywhere. Every time he turned around, there was an NFL player out there. That was an NFL defense. I don't think this is.
That's a great point. I do think, though, that what I would say about this defense is I think they go 1 through 14, 15, pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know that when they put their, whatever 11 they put out there, I don't know that there's a massive glaring void anywhere. And so they're fairly solid everywhere you want to attack. And then in certain areas, they're fairly spectacular. But they just get after the ball. I mean, to have the amount of takeaways, particularly for a defense that it seems like if the ball is on the ground, it takes them an hour to find it. It really is amazing considering how many fumbles that I've been screaming, get on it, and they don't. For them to still be leading the nation in takeaways by 2 over everybody with 17. And that tells you that not only are they doing it unlike anybody in the country right now, they could have another 3 or 4 that the ball literally sat on the ground for a good 3 or 4 seconds before the opponent got on top of it.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll tell you about a fun event we got coming up. I told you about it a little bit last week. And some NFL talk on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Wins on Sunday require great performances.
It is 4th and 1.
Performance Painting presents the high-performance play of the game.
Oh, how high can you leap?
On 1010XL. Performance Painting. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Hey, if you want an insurance agent you can trust my friend Craig Dewhurst with State Farm. Call him at 940-9740. Really good guy, really good insurance agent. A good person, a person you'll like dealing with. Automotive insurance, life insurance, homeowners, whatever it is you need, Craig will handle it for you, and he will do an outstanding job, and that I can guarantee you. You want a guy you can trust. You don't want to have to worry about insurance. You want a guy that can set up a plan for you. Craig Dewhurst of State Farm. Call him at 940-9740.
If you're an experienced welder or pipe fitter, Local 234 Plumbers and Pipe Fitters is looking for you now. They provide competitive pay and great benefits that are no cost to you. That's $29.84 an hour, and with those benefits, you'll be earning $44 an hour. Join an organization with thousands of members that have the same goal as you, to get the job done right. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today. Local 234. Make the right connection.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists helps you be the best when you play and brings you
the best of Into the Night Replay.
The Jags start too slow. This is the 3rd time in 4 games they've been down by double digits in the second half. Set aside that Thursday night game at home against Tennessee. They can't keep doing this, all right? They did it in Houston. They did it in Denver. Now they do it in Carolina.
Brian Wall here with Window World. You know that awesome feeling when you finally find that one place to go to that will give you a top quality product at a great price and then stand behind what they sell you? That's exactly what Window World does. Top quality, energy efficient windows at a great price that keeps more of your money in your bank account. With the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business. That's why Window World has been the #1 window replacement company in the USA for years, selling more than 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years. That's a lot of satisfied customers, and you can be one too. Save money on installing new energy-efficient windows and save on your energy bills too. You can't lose. And if anything goes wrong with your new Window World windows ever, Window World and I will be there to make it right. Call Window World today or see them online and have them come and give you a free estimate and see why we are so proud of our products and the work we do for our customers. Call Window World or go online at windowworldneflorida.com. And thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding.
First comes love. Then comes sparkle. And that's where Diamonds Direct comes in. Engagement ring shopping is so easy at Diamonds Direct. Step 1, choose your perfect diamond. At Diamonds Direct, you get access to one of the largest selections of certified diamonds in America, straight from the diamond cutters. Every shape, every size, everyone handpicked for brilliance. Step 2, choose your setting. Something unique, something that fits your style, your personality. Solitaire, halo, 3-stone, pave, channel cut. And don't worry if you've seen it on Pinterest, we have it. From all the top designers and bridal jewelry. Step 3, Relax. Your Diamonds Direct engagement ring comes with a free lifetime warranty. That's no charge ever for sizing, cleaning, and routine maintenance. And at every step along the way, you'll be treated with respect, with zero pressure, by experts whose only goal is to make you happy. So, you'll be all set for step 4, the most important one. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt.
Join the XL Primetime crew this Thursday for the American Transmission Customer Appreciation Luncheon at 5337 Beach Boulevard. Enter for your chance to win Jimmy Buffett tickets and enjoy great barbecue and other gifts.
Having the right homeowner's insurance coverage means you're protecting your most valuable possession. To learn more, go to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Ever wish a button could undo what you said at the office party?
Ned, my office now.
A button for emptying the dishwasher.
Honey, dishes!
If you have sleep apnea but have trouble using CPAP, now there's a button to replace it. It's called Inspire. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with just a click of a remote. That's right, just a button. If you're struggling with CPAP, great sleep awaits at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnick Tuesday. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
I almost just started singing just for the fun of it.
You can do that. You want? You want to sing?
No. I think
Anytime
I
you
think
want
I'll
to sing.
spare everybody.
Hayes
on
and I
that.
were just talking. We said, learn how to sing more. When you got up and left, we talked about it.
No, you
during the
guys
break.
say lip sing. You don't say.
I want to hear
You
the
don't say
actual
actual
singing.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I was waiting for Lauren.
No. Without actual alcohol, then no. All right, let's talk about a super fun night that's coming up. November 12th, 7 p.m. at the San Marco Theater. There's going to be a fun movie playing, Frank, thanks to Silver Chiropractic and Wellness and 925 Partners Insurance benefiting walk-off charities. What movie would that be?
I don't know. Hayes, maybe the greatest movie ever invented. Other than that, other than the greatest
So it must
movie.
be Major League.
Oh, well, that's exactly what it is. We're going to show Major League. Our show's going to be live from out there. We're very excited. It's on November 12th. It's a little more than a month away at the San Marco Theater, which is a wonderful place, wonderful little area of town. And we're excited about it. We're going to show Major League. All the proceeds go to walk-off to help little kids have gloves and learn to play baseball and be able to afford to play in baseball leagues, us to help pay for them to play in baseball leagues. It's really going to be fun. Major League, you probably heard Hayes and I talk about that movie so much, you probably ad nauseum. So if you want to turn the radio off because we talk about it too much, we understand. But it's a really funny movie, and it's all about baseball. And we're doing it right at the end of the baseball season, right when the World Series is completed. It's our way to kind of cap baseball because we love baseball around here. It's on November 12th. That is a Tuesday. There's going to be a glove drive. We need to collect some gloves, preferably new gloves. You can go to Walmart and get one for $9, by the way. Just so you get a little glove for a little kid for $9 at Walmart. I'm just telling you, that's what it costs, $9. So, but we're trying to collect as many gloves as we can, or your used gloves. We'll take whatever. Gloves only. We don't need other equipment, just gloves only. But that's on November 12th. It's on a Tuesday night at the San Marco Theater. Our show's going to be there 3 to 6. From 4 to 6 will be the glove drive. After 6 o'clock, we're all going to hang out, have a little happy hour of sorts where we just all kind of mingle and talk. And I think they want me to get up and talk for a minute, but it's going to be a quick minute because I want to get to the movie. And then the movie starts at 7 o'clock. It's $50, and for $50 you get pizza and quesadillas and a beer or wine and just a fun night. It's $50, and all the money goes to. Why are you laughing?
He looked at you again.
I did not look at you. I made a point not to. I looked at Hayes. So
You tried not to? You did like a
I looked across.
reflex?
I purposely didn't look at you.
Your head
I did
tilted,
not.
but your eyes didn't quite make it over
I'm
because
being
you told
false-
yourself not
I'm
to.
totally falsely accused.
What about
on that.
popcorn? Will there be popcorn?
There'll be popcorn too.
Buttered popcorn?
Buttered popcorn. So,
Oh,
but,
yeah.
hey, it's $50, and we all hang out together. We all watch Major League. We mingle for an hour and talk baseball and Jaguars and all kind of fun stuff in that little lobby area there. And then the movie starts, and we watch Major League together, and it's $50, and you'll have a blast. You'll be out of there by 9 o'clock at the San Marco Theater. So please go to walkoffcharities.com if you have any interest. We'd love to have you hang out with us, and it'd be a lot of fun. I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
It's really gonna be a fun night.
The first clinic's coming up in just a few weeks.
October 25th, our first clinic of the year, when we'll have looks like about between 120 and 150 third graders.
I hope you bought gloves for that because this is after
We
the
have
clinic.
gloves. We have plenty of gloves. I just was in the storage unit. We have plenty of gloves. So yes, we do. What about Baker Mayfield last night?
Bad game.
Bad game.
Yeah,
Just a bad game.
He's off to a bad start.
Yeah.
But I'm not ready to.
He'd bury him.
Yeah, and I was never that big of a fan of his coming in. He wasn't my favorite quarterback in that class. So this isn't, like me trying to protect my baby Grizzly like I am with Dwayne Haskins.
Right.
But yeah, I don't get a sense. I think they made a bad hire at head coach, which I said the moment that I found out they were hiring him. He just wasn't ready. And Freddie Kitchens.
Right.
And so I think some of that is bearing out. Look, it doesn't help Baker Mayfield when he hits Antonio Callaway dead in the hands at the goal line,
Right.
and he immediately knocks it to the nearest defender, who then runs it back 50 yards.
Right.
Odell had a drop early, too.
Yeah, so I look at it as I because of Baker Mayfield being such a polarizing player, I think people are going to, overreact positively and negatively, and I think you're seeing that now negatively. But I think he'll be fine. Their coach may be a problem, and so that will affect Baker Mayfield's development. But I'm not. He's been dreadful. 4 touchdowns, 8 picks. He leads the league in interceptions. That's awful. They're off to an awful start. But we still have 11 more games left to play. So I'm not ready to write off Baker Mayfield.
I've always been a Baker Mayfield guy, so I'm surprised he's playing badly. I like him. I will say this, though. I got a chuckle when Nick Bosa did the flag.
Yeah, that was
good. When you're did you get a chuckle out of it?
Yeah.
When you're snarky cheap shot guy, when you're snarky sucker punch guy, you got to be able to handle the snarky counter punch guy. He had that. When that happened, I thought, normally I think sack dances are over the top, but Bosa's been holding that one, and I will tell you, with snarky guys, the counter punch stings way more than the sucker punch, because the sucker punch guy is just clowning around. The counter punch guy has meaning. He's been waiting to do that. I thought it was funny. What? I'm a big Baker Mayfield fan. He had that one coming, though.
Yeah, he had every right to do it, and he had such a good night, too, Nick Bosa did. Baker Mayfield is 2 of 14 in the red zone. 2 of 14. That's the second worst completion percentage in the NFL, only behind Josh Rosen.
That's coaching.
Yeah, that's not good.
That is absolutely. There's no way you can put that on. And again, some of that's the receivers too. If Callaway catches the pass, which I've seen him make, 100 more difficult catches than that one, then it's a touchdown, and you never know where the game goes from there. But that's good. They've got a problem. They overreacted to Kitchens as the coordinator coming in and having some success late in the year. And they overreacted, and they made a bad hire. And this may be his only year. If this ends up being 6-10 for Cleveland with the talent they have, this may be a one and done for Freddie Kitchens.
All right, in our final hour of the program tonight, we're going to talk some more Jaguars football. Get it back to Jags at 5 o'clock. I've got also a thought about Felipe Franks, so we'll talk a little college as well. But some Jaguar talking a bit. The State Farm College Football Report is at the bottom of the 5 o'clock hour with Pat Dooley, Tom Block, and Joe Zagacki. We're going to let Brooks have the next hour off. She gets ready for Helmets and Heels.
I think I'm going to go forage for food.
Taylor Dahl and Lauren Rue will join her. Back in a moment. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 10.